lounging, son.
Welcome back to another episode of the Comic Lounge podcast, guys. I am your host, the incredible Dill, and with me, as always, my boy Ryan.
What up?
And what week is it? Week 5? Week
5.
Week 5 of Future State. We're almost done. We got 3 more weeks to go. There's a lot of wrap-up stories to this week in Future State. A little sad because like a couple of 2 of my favorites are like literally ending, but you know we'll see how it goes in Future Frontier. What about you, Ryan? What did you think of this week?
For the most part, I feel the same way about week 5 as I did about week 1 in terms of the stories I liked. Nothing really changed with the second issues much. So I'll just off top, like we're not. I know you probably didn't read Flash. I didn't really care for it still. It's forgettable, kind of. I don't even really want to waste too much time talking about it. As a Flash fan, it was very disappointing. Did not care for it. This creative team's not carrying over past this book, so like I'm not really too worried about that. And then I'll briefly talk about Superman of Metropolis, because I know that you didn't really like it the first week. I didn't read it up until I actually read it this past week, so that I could read number 2. The Mr. Miracle story was, it's okay. I'm excited to see what happens in the ongoing, because we're going to get like more of a backstory on Shiloh Norman. That's coming out.
Is it going to be a Shiloh?
Yes.
Mr. Miracle? Okay.
Yeah, that was announced. And the artist on No One Left to Fight, a book that came out from Dark Horse about a year and a half ago. He's the artist on there. So I'm kind of excited about that. But the Superman of Metropolis, the first issue, I did not really like the story with John. But this second part kind of wrapped things up in a way that I'm like, okay, that's kind of cool, and it put John in a better light than he was in the first issue. And I like Guardian.
I just felt like in the first issue he didn't know what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, he did what he was doing, but you see it wrapped it up very nicely. I have to say, I will say that. It wrapped it up nicely. I like Guardian. So Guardian and Shiloh Norman, it's funny because they're both from this Seven Soldiers series that Grant Morrison did years ago. So it's kind of weird that they're in this book. The Guardian story was okay, but like I don't know what's coming from it. And then I then I don't know what you want to talk about next, but those 2 are the ones that like I know you probably didn't read because like you weren't into them. So.
I mean, right off top, like I want to talk about Harley Quinn, since it's single story in an issue. Simone DeMeo's character design, fantastic. Like dude, Black Mask looked cool as hell. Like let's be real here. That was quite possibly like one of the coolest freaking skull designs I've seen. Same thing with Simone's design of Scarecrow. Fantastic. Art in this, excellent. Absolutely excellent. And it kind of wrapped up pretty decently too, I will say.
Yeah, I like that Stephanie Phillips too. She's really got Harley's voice down pretty well, and I noticed that in the first issue, because again, that one I didn't read the week it came out. I think I read it because you told me that. Well, I was gonna read it anyway, but you told me that the art and stuff, we had like kind of questions about it. The composition of the pages kind of be confusing. Which
see, in there was none of that.
I
was totally 100%. I followed this whole thing. It was fantastic.
But it made me excited. Like I'm kind of interested to see where she's going to take Harley moving forward, because she's taking over the ongoing in March. She's also writing backup, or not backup, but one of the stories in the Batman Urban Legends book that's going to be an anthology. So it's cool to see.
I'm pretty excited for that Urban Legends book. There's like going to be some cool people on that.
Same. It's got. I mean,
it's kind of like Wolverine, right? Or Wolverine, or like. Just other characters who have a big history, or like a long history, where you can literally fit like little random stories here and there, and it doesn't necessarily have anything to do with. It can have to be anything consequential to like the person's character, but it makes you appreciate the character more. Like I love these little anthology things. That's why Batman Black and White, I'm loving it right now. So good, dude.
Oh, it's amazing, dude.
So good.
I went back and got the first, and that was really dope. I got the single issues of that, and they're doing more anthology books like the Urban Legends and stuff. And speaking of like the anthology, one that didn't hit me too good was the next Batman. Still, as always, dude, it's the middle story that's good, and I don't know. I don't know what to feel about like Tim Fox. Well, now he's called Jace.
Yeah. I don't. It's okay. It's. I just feel like it's bland.
Yeah, dude. It's crazy because he did such a good job with other history of the DC universe. So I don't understand why this is coming across this way. And then what's frustrating too, and I think we already talked about it last time when we talked about issue 2, it's like they're coming out with a 6-issue miniseries that says the origin of how he became Batman or whatever, or kind of his backstory. Why didn't we get flashbacks in here?
Yeah.
Like I want to know why he's back. Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, there's no reasoning behind or no motives. Like, we've said that.
There's nothing enough here to keep me like invested. There's nothing to keep me invested in the whys and the whats and the all the W's. It sucks too because like I really want to like this, but I don't.
This was one of the books that I was looking forward to the most.
Yeah, but from this we got The Outsiders.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Our boy Brandon Thomas. He's killing it. Like he's killing it right now. Like I love Tatsu. Like Duke is awesome. I really like Duke here. Duke is coming of his own. Duke is becoming. Dude. I don't know. I want to see that's what I thought the next Batman would do and make me care about a character that I had no idea about prior to. And I want to read more of the Signal. I read his little introduction mini, but I would like more. You know what I mean? If this is the end result of the Signal that we get, I want to see how he becomes this because it's pretty cool.
Dude, he's fucking badass.
Yeah.
With fucking that last page of the Outsiders story, I was like, dude, I need an ongoing. I want an ongoing this. And now we talked about that, wanting some of the stories to continue. Yeah. We won't go too into it because like only one of these applies to the stories we read today. But Brandon Thomas is doing Outsiders in the Urban Legends. I completely forgot about that. Like when I saw the solicit, so I signed up for the book because at first I didn't realize that that's what was happening in the book. So we are going to see more Outsiders. Hopefully, we're going to see the story that kind of led to this, which I'm very intrigued about. I do want to quickly mention, last week we were talking about the Red Hood story, right?
Mm-hmm,
the Dark Detective.
Yeah,
dude, they're doing a Future State Gotham with the same creative team. I mean, it's going to be co-written by Dennis Culver as well, but Joshua Williamson, Milo Giannis, or however you say his name.
Yeah.
They're continuing that. And I can't,
nice.
We were talking about how dope that was and how we wanted to see it. And then the announcement came this week. So I just had to mention that real quick. So it is cool to see that we are going to see some of this stuff continue in some way or another.
It's awesome. Like Outsiders is awesome. Like I said, three characters that deserve more than what they're getting. Like, you know what I mean? Like Katana, Black Lightning, and the Signal. That's fantastic. Brandon Thomas, dude. Thank you.
I exactly. I want to see. I'm hoping, dude, that the Outsider story is going to, in the Urban Legends book, is going to allude to this event that Black Lightning did, like where he went up against somebody with magic. Because I was like, dude, that the potential, right? The potential of what the in between of like present and then how it ends up in Future State, like that could be a good chunk of story right there.
Yeah.
Like
a heavy chunk of story.
So
especially if you think about like the roster itself, like there's literally only 3 Outsiders left. Like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we don't see Cassandra Cain.
Yeah.
I love Cassandra Cain. Dude,
I love Cassandra Cain. Cassie, bro. Yeah. Cassie's great. I loved her. I've loved pretty much almost every iteration of her. I love.
But Outsiders.
Outsiders. I would love. I can't wait for that. That's gonna be something really special to see.
Yeah, I mean that's gonna be a good book. Brandon Thomas, Outsiders story. Stephanie Phillips, Harley Quinn, and Zdarsky doing a Red Hood story. So I think it's that's a pretty solid lineup of creators. So I don't see that not being a good book at all. I'll let you lead off with the next book. Our boy Swampy.
Okay.
I know. Oh my
Let's
God.
talk about this. I ran across a couple of people who were like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't understand this. And then my immediate question was, did you read Alan Moore's Swamp Thing? And then they're like, no. I'm like, oh, well, then go read that and you'll understand this, because this is the gap. This is like like a whole ass gap. I don't know. I just feel I felt very invested in this. I felt like this is like truly a piece of fan work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Ram V obviously is a fan of Swamp Thing because he just knocked it out of the park. Both issues are fantastic. The Floridian Man coming back. This is and it doesn't skip a beat. Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't skip a beat then like from like, you know, the wake of Alan Moore's Swamp Thing. So this continues with the long legacy of like excellent Swamp Thing stories, and I can't wait to see what led up to that. Especially, I'm not gonna ruin it for anybody, but
oh god,
whoa, dude,
dude, this book, bro, unexpected, hit me with the feels, dude. I messaged Rob V after I read it, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I was not expecting that, like, especially because he was like telling me in our interview, like, just wait for the second issue, you know, like things are gonna be explained, and I could not have foreseen this, and that in and of itself is a testament to his writing prowess, because like I didn't see this happening in the second issue at all, you know, and if you're not hyped for his Swamp Thing series coming out in March, if you weren't hyped before, like, dude, this is gonna get you like, oh shit, I gotta read it. And Mike Perkins' art, like, holy shit, dude.
Holy crap, dude.
It takes a certain type of artist to do a good Swamp Thing. You know what I mean? Like, to draw it and portray him the way I think it should be drawn. And he's doing a hell of a job, man.
As a person who's drawn Swamp Thing a couple of times, it's hard. It's hard to get it right. Like, and then you know what I like about this? It kind of like, if you read Immortal Wonder Woman, you kind of see a little bit of it. Like, stemming from this.
Yeah, I wonder if that is.
I mean,
you think so? That's what I thought too.
Absolutely,
okay,
absolutely.
Okay. All right, yeah, I don't want to give it away, but holy shit, dude, Rom V, Mike Perkins,
you
guys killed it. And like we said, remember the Swamp Thing series was only a mini series, but he said he's looking at it in seasons. So if it does well, we'll get another 10-issue series, and it's going to go in like that kind of a format. So you guys need to go out and buy that.
Like seasons, as in like Swamp Thing seasons. Like, we'll get like fall, and we'll get like winter. That'd be dope, dude. That'd be so tight.
That'd be dope. That would be dope. Yeah.
That would be so tight.
Yeah, this is A plus.
This is Swamp Thing is some masterwork, dude.
Yeah, people ask me at the shop, dude, because I'm like, what are you liking about Future State? I'm like, I've read every single comic that has come out.
Yeah.
And Swamp Thing is at the top of the list, along with the next book we're going to be talking about, Wonder Woman. But Swamp Thing it's just phenomenal, dude. Like, to do a 2-issue story and have it resonate is not an easy task. The fact that he did it, and what they do in there, and how they're playing with like the people that this Alec has created, and the explanations for it. I mean, dude, I can't give enough praise to this book. It's just amazing.
I just really like how how in both issues Alec was literally breaking it down for everybody as to what the bodies are made of.
Yeah.
And man, it's just so good. It's just
I know.
So good.
I know.
And then like the whole belief in a soul, and like, oh man. And this and then all of this, like we literally just read Swamp Thing like, a couple weeks ago. And like all of it is still fresh in my head. So with everything that Rom like really executed in these 2 issues, holy crap, dude. Remember how we were talking about, this is how we find, our new Bendis. This is how we find our new Brubaker. This is it. We're like witnessing it via Future State, and like.
Oh yeah, dude! I'm a huge fan of his work. I just read Graffiti's Wall.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I'm sorry, I couldn't wait. I know we took it off the list. I had to read it.
I read the first chapter.
Dude, it's so good. Yeah. It is so good. The art, like. what the fuck? Like, I came back to Nick because he's like, here, read this. It's the same creative team as Blue and Green, or same artist also, but the art style is way different in Blue and Green. But I came to work on Wednesday, I think, and I was like, dude, thank you. Like, that book was awesome. You're right. And he's like, I haven't read it. And I'm like, what do you mean? You handed it to me. And you're like, I thought you were like insinuating like that he had read it. And he's like, no, I was just trying to tell you to read this because it's since we didn't have Blue and Green to read. But wow, dude, another hit. I'm gonna check out his Boom book coming out in I think it's April. He's got a Vault book coming out in April as well.
Wow.
So, I mean, he's writing a lot of stuff. I'm here for all of it. So,
right.
And I know we're gonna do a Blue and Green episode soon.
Yeah.
Probably maybe next month. So talk about our girl Joelle Jones.
Our girl.
Yes. God, I love her art, dude.
Dude.
Her writing too. I mean,
can we talk about Hades for a second? Wait. Can we talk about
design?
Hades? Yeah.
Dude, fuck, dude. I was like, I want more of this. I want more.
I hope that the Wonder Girl thing, like, I like the idea that they're going into mythos beyond Greek mythos, myths and Greek mythology. Because Yara is technically I don't know what the deal is yet. Like, you know what I mean? You just kind of know that she's the new one. Yeah, she's the one that's taking up the mantle. I would love to know more. I would love to know more about Amazonian, like actual Brazilian deities. Yeah,
like, dude. I mean, we're gonna get some more of that in the Wonder Girl ongoing.
Exactly. So it's gonna be. This might be the thing I'm most excited about. Like,
agreed.
Like, I'm totally here for it. And
please show me more Hades. Huh? I want to see more Hades too. Fuck.
Yeah, more Hades, more Jerry.
I'm like flipping through. Yes, Jerry. Yeah, I love Jerry.
I love Jerry. Jerry, I'm telling you, like when we get Wonder Girl, if we get the story of how we get Jerry, it's gonna be fantastic because I'm telling you, Jerry is 2021's Jarro.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll agree with that. I mean, I think it's cool too because we're gonna see her. I think it takes place in like Boise, Idaho, I believe. So it's like before she's like really connected to her roots. So this,
I saw some preview. I saw some of the preview pages from it. It looks great.
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's more of what we got in here, which was again A+. I've been singing the praises of this book and Swamp Thing from the minute I came back to work after I was sick. You know what I mean? Like I came back to work, I think week 2. It's very few books that have reached this level of like enjoyment for me. These two are the standouts, I think, from the entire Future State. There is other great stories, don't get me wrong, and I love them also. But for me, I think these are my 2 favorite. We'll wait and see until the rest of them finish, because like now that we have seen these conclude, it's easy to say like these are at the top so far.
I want to give like notable, like little head nods to a couple of them too. Like Dark Detective has been awesome. Like every single story of Dark Detective, like it's just getting better and better.
Agreed.
But what else?
I think the Teen Titans and Shazam stuff are really cool.
Yeah, Teen Titans and Shazam is good. Like for the most part, it's all good. Like and just because we don't like something doesn't mean someone else won't like it. But so like we're singing high praises here about freaking Swamp Thing. But like I said, I literally freaking met people who are like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, dude, I saw somebody review the next Batman. I don't ever put single issues on Goodreads. I only put trades or actual novels. But he reviewed the next Batman, and he did not review Outsiders well at all. And like his complaints or his opinion on it, I was like, do you not know the characters? Like, it's kind of how I felt. And I'm not going to go into detail because like I just completely disagreed with his opinion on it. But again, like everybody's entitled to their opinion. Some stories are not for everyone. I think I said it last week. Legion was not for me, but I'm sure there's people out there that enjoyed it. It's just wasn't a story for me. Flash, as a huge Flash fan, I don't see any other Flash fans that would enjoy this, but maybe there are. Again, like not every comic book is for everybody. So.
I had someone at work. Maybe how I'm always talking about high praises about The Wretch by Phil Hester.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite book of all time. Like that's like my favorite book. I finally let someone borrow it, like the first one, and then like they came back like a week later. They were like, Dylan, I just couldn't get into it. Like, what? What do you mean? Oh, so you're trash, is what you're telling me. And then they brought up another thing. It's just like, oh, I don't know. It just seemed kind of like it seemed like a little too silly for me. I'm like, all right, you know what? Okay, I could kind of see that.
I still got to read that.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, everyone is entitled to their opinion. It's just a little much when people are like openly bashing something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like from Twitter. I deleted my Twitter. Like, I can't do it. It's stupid, and it's just dumb. I don't need that negativity.
I'm right there with you, dude. It's just in terms of like promoting the content you and I are doing, like that is where a lot of creators are. You know what I mean? And it's like, even when I was trying to get interviews through the PR departments, they looked at my Twitter followers, nothing else. You know what I mean? So like, well, you only have this many, and like you need to be more around this range to do. I was like, okay, well, so I mean, I don't really promote my Twitter or tell people to follow me except at the end of the episodes. But yeah, I don't blame you for getting off. I don't really go on there unless I'm posting our stuff, and then I get off. And if I see a comment, then I'll read it. But I try to stay off there. But anyway,
yeah, it's just a little much. But like I said, this future state stuff, like for the most part,
really good.
Positive.
Yeah, dude.
Positive.
Yeah, and I mean, we're getting towards the end. Week 5, another great week. Excited for week 6. A lot of cool stuff coming out next week. I'll just quickly say, I mean, we got Justice League, Dark Detective, Teen Titans. I think we have Superwoman, Green Lantern, Robin
Eternal.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big week next week because there was like only 5 this week as opposed to their usual 6 to 7, right?
No, there's 6.
I can't wait for that Justice League. That Justice League is gonna be lit.
Yeah. I can't wait for it either. But yeah, that's another week of Future State. Hope you guys are enjoying our coverage. Hope some of our opinions are getting you to pick up these books because they're awesome. And, if you're not already following us, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at The Comic Lounge. You can follow Dylan at The Dillbot on Instagram. Make sure you throw your comments or suggestions down below, or you can also email us at thecomicloungepod@gmail.com, and make sure you like, follow, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and hit the bell icon so you're notified every time a new vid goes up. And on that note, we're out.
Later, buds.